Good afternoon, YouTube. I'm Madzook Joe, creator of Madzook.com. That's www.madzook.com. I'm in fabulous Phuket, Thailand today, and want to provide you with a little bit of detailed introduction for us and our program. This is a little bit of a double-edged dichotomy for me as a sports psychology practitioner. I am mandated ethically to keep a lot of myself private, yet as I read things on how to make this transition, if I can use a platitude for just a moment, which I'll get into platitudes and coaching a little bit later in our segment here, a shift from myself into a professional as a sports psychology practitioner into a person that has developed a self-development and performance enhancement program for generalized individuals, for the public. Now, our program is meant to help people achieve becoming better, and but it's for everyone. But it's not for everyone because it's really for the people that are seeking to become greater. It's not to try to discover what's wrong with you or fix you or get into. Now, we do get into resilience, but we're not going to get into all this trauma and things like that. There are professionals out there that are great at that and help that. There's, probably 100,000 people in the coaching field now working on that. What we want to do is we want to work with those people that wish to excel. We call it learn to get a proximity to greatness. Okay? So, here's the situation. I've decided after much reading, which I do a lot of, that I will open up to you as much as I can. There'll be some generalized stuff that I'll have to keep in there, and then of course my wife and partner in the business, Madzook Joe, she's not a sports psychology practitioner, so I'm able to provide a little more detail into some of the life experiences that she's had as well. What we read when we find out about disclosure is that all the life coaching and the programming and the coaching stuff tells you, hey, get out there, share your experiences, explain to your potential audience what it is that you bring to the table and why should they select you? Great questions, right? We won't be a right fit for everyone, that's for sure. We hope to be a right fit for some, and if that's you, then awesome. And if you're not in a position where you want a coaching, be sure to watch us here on YouTube and read our blog. And there's a lot of stuff that we're going to be just putting back out there into the universe because we feel that it takes strong individuals to make a strong collective, all right? So we would like to enhance that or offer what we can to that in any way, shape, or form. It's really hot here today in Thailand, so I brought a towel with me so I could wipe my sweat. So at least I don't have this dripping sweat coming down. And we may have the interruptions of me, wiping my face a little bit and drinking some water, but we won't have me dripping the sweat. All right, so let's get started. An introduction. Who are we and why would you even care what we have to say? All right? Well, I'm 51 years old. I've lived a life of much experience, both academically and life experience-wise, right? Many people start out their whole, why they're the great coach, about how much money they can help you make, right? Well, that's going to be dependent on you, because in my positioning and Madzook's way of thought, we think there's much more successes available in life than just money. We've known great successes. My wife and I have been blessed to be in love and know what genuine love is. We've been married 24 years. We've got beautiful children, and we've experienced many highs and many lows. So we understand that success isn't always a monetary issue. However, finances and resources do create situations that help you achieve more success. All right, so we want to help you become better at what you want to do. And if making money is where your success level is, great. If making money is a tool for you resource-wise to get to other objectives that you want to do, then great. That's something that we can discuss with you on an individual basis. All right, so as I said, I'm Madzook Joe. We'll use my surname so I don't have to disclose my name from my sports psychology consultancy. And basically, I have a master's degree in sports psychology, so sport performance psychology. Where I graduated with honors. I was on the president's list multiple times. I have a bachelor's in psychology where I graduated cum laude. Couldn't quite get all the way there. I had a 3.7 because math sucks. Oh, did I say that out loud? Anyway, so my math grade's, really not the strongest. If you need math help, be happy to refer you to someone else, right? Okay, so I've had a TEFL license to teach English in a foreign language, which I've done. I've taught high school in suburban USA. I've been a sports psychology consultant practitioner for years. I've worked with professional athletes, professional models, published models, entertainers. I was a professional bodyguard for big name talent, big name comedians, big name sports athletes. I've owned a demolition business. I've worked for both the bad guys and the good guys. All right, so I've lived much experience for life. We've raised 2 children. One of them has a free spirit and is definitely dancing to her own beat, which is more power to her. She's a strong individual, and she's making the choices that she feels are best for her. The other one is a very strong individual as well. She's married. She's more centered, more grounded. In fact, she's probably what has kept me the most grounded throughout my life. Her, my beautiful wife, and that ever-present voice of my mother. Right? I don't think sons can ever get rid of that ever-present voice of their mother, can it? All right, so had an absent father, never around. I may have known him for 6 months, 8 months, my whole life, if you combined all the days. I never considered myself a victim. However, in this era of the Me Too movement, when I was 10 years old, I was sexually abused and manipulated by an older kid in my school. It was a male. It was during the 80s, so I had that experience from the time I was 10 to about the time I was 14. It led me down a path of sexual promiscuity, let's put it that way, where I'd try about anything with anyone. And so I'm very familiar with that. I'm open in my own sexuality. I'm absolutely heterosexual, but I've experimented and tried, and I don't judge others for who they choose to have their sex with, right? Drug-wise and party-wise, I was a young kid in Las Vegas and South Florida. I lived in both Miami and in Las Vegas, and I ran nightclubs, worked as a bartender, worked as a bodyguard. So I've definitely seen a lot of drugs around. I've definitely had my fair share of the partying days. By personal choice, I've eliminated that a long, long time ago, decades ago. Again, beautiful wife, great children. You make life choices and you make changes, right? I'm telling you this today for the life experience. Again, I'm giving you the general overview, right? I've experienced both highs. I've experienced both lows. I've took 2 companies well over $1 million. First company, was exceedingly well over $1 million, up into the double-digit $1 million revenues, and then the planes hit the buildings, and that ended that. So government contracts stopped, and we were no longer getting demolition work to take down military bases and different facilities. We rebounded, built back up, trained a lot of athletes, worked with a lot of professional athletes in their physical training and their mental skills, which led us to 2008, which of course the crisis happened. Our second business then at the time was probably in the excess of $3 million in revenues at that point for that business. Got a partner in Holland, great guy, love him to death, probably my favorite partner I've ever had, and we had to dissolve that business. So things have been successful for me, and things have been not so successful for me. I've ate peanut butter sandwiches for a week, and I've ate lobster and ribeyes on the pinnacle of rooftop establishments. So I've definitely had a life experience, and I will share all of those life experiences with you individually as what it is that you might need from those life experiences. Academically, I've read over 3,000 research papers, might even have reached 5,000 research papers in my lifetime at this point. I've written tons of research, I've participated in research, and I've exceedingly done well on written measures, right? I've published a few things, including some programs, including the one that we're trying to discuss with you now and we're looking to put forward. I guess in a nutshell, that about is the summation of me. I've been in over 1,000 fights physically, although I don't think you win a fight. Can't say I've ever lost one, all right? So I fancy myself a warrior. I've never been a soldier, but mandates of my life and my lifestyles throughout the different decades and the choices I've made have determined that I have to become a warrior. All right, my wife, Madzook Joe, she is Originally from the Philippines. She's married 3 times. Once again, it seems in the era of the Me Too movement. I don't think anyone that grew up in the 80s doesn't have a Me Too story, but I'll share ours with us because, some people's wisdom think that that's good for us to put it out there and humanize and relate to stuff. I want to make sure that you understand this. Neither of us feel that we are victims or have been victimized. We make our own choices and circumstances happen the way they do. And we're a big advocate for personal responsibility and strength. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't realize that people do feel victims and they do feel trauma. We understand that. And especially in the psychology field, I absolutely understand the importance for practitioners that work with those types of individuals. We look at an individual that has resiliency, that has just determined that they will not be a victim. They're not going to suffer to the normative set condition that takes place. That they're going to step up, be proud of who they are, and they're going to accept their battle scars and grow. It's just a part of who you are. I accept every scar on my body, and I accept every scar in my head, because that's part of who I am, and it's part of who I became. So with my wife, Madzook Joe, she at first was sexually abused at 8 years old. She was raped at 11, and the police officer that they went to when they were raped turned around and ended up sexually molesting her for 3 years after that, so she was about 15. She was put to work as a prostitute in a beer bar by her own family. She managed to leave that life on her own. She took her independence and made way for herself. She was a warrior at heart as well. But the greatest thing about Madzook Joe, even though she had to become a warrior, and she had to overcome these horrible things and this much trauma and family disassociation and all these things that many of you probably will relate with as you read this or hear this or understand this, she became a healer, where my mentality is to fight, to build, to prepare. Her mentality is to heal, to comfort, to nurture. We're both pretty empathic. I think we help each other and feed each other with that, which is strength for any of our clients or potential clients. But her base is absolutely from the point of creating space for healing, right? I like to create a safe zone. I want to build a fort. Safe space is out there for the people that need it. She likes to create a space of healing. I like to create a space of personal development. All right, so we fit together really well with that. Has managed to help us throughout life. She's absolutely helped me learn how to heal, and I believe I've absolutely learned her to become a better fighter. All right, we try to instill that in our daughters. Each their own way has taken heart to some of that, and they do what they feel is necessary for them. All right, so hope that humanizes us. That's a little bit Madzook Joe and Madzook Joy. Madzook Joy be the one behind the camera doing the filming, right? Say hi, Madzook Joy. Hi, Madzook Joe. Hi, Madzook Joy. All right. Okay. Kind of gives you a little summation of our background. Now our philosophy. We believe that individuals are the key to the collective. And if you determine that you will become the strongest as you can as an individual, you expand your capacities, you seek growth, you seek skills. You don't use platitudes to do this. You use pragmatic, real paradigms to seek out what you can do to become better. That's how the collective becomes better, right? Philanthropy only comes from the strong. And history shows us this to be true, right? Now, ideologically, I swing to the left on most issues. Politically, I swing to the right. I believe that the liberals have lost their mind. I believe they've lost their way. And there's a lot of things I see wrong with their actions, although I believe in much of their rhetoric. With that said, I have to say I'm a moderate right, because while I'm strong on personal defense, meaning guns, absolutely, I'm strong on the right to protect yourself. You don't need to give someone a chance to hurt you and then explain to me why they were allowed to be the one to hurt you. That's a fallacy. I'm against the fallacy of one race privilege. I think that we have to look historically and intercontinentally at what the realities of that are and how we ended up where we were. I don't think 300 million souls in one country get to determine what the rest of the world thinks. There's 7 billion people in the world, and there's a much learning that can happen in multiculturalism, but true multiculturalism. not one that mandates that they deserve more because someone else got more at one time in their life. No matter who that may be, whether that's gender, race, sexual orientation, age groups, it doesn't matter. If you always believe that you deserve more than the other person, that's wrong. You deserve what you're capable of doing, what you're capable of getting, and what your merits bring. That's our underlying philosophy. Now, we're going to get some blowback from that. There's going to be a lot of people that think, oh, you don't understand. Well, I totally understand. I'm very empathic, and I'm very sympathetic to a lot of plights of different people. But I also am very aware of the manipulation and the fallacy that takes place to forward agendas hidden within those realities, right? So I take it as it comes. I'm very pragmatic. I do realize that some people have a valid claim to all of these things I'm talking about, but there are just as many that have invalid claims that hide their ulterior motives and they take adverse actions towards humanity. So with that said, I believe that my place, the space that I look to create that's a safe space, is absolute multicultural. I want everyone's diversity to take place. I don't think you should be able to cut someone's head off. I don't think you should be able to stone a woman to death because a man looked at her. And I don't think that there's a mandate from God that you have to dress a certain way. So I'm going to run afoul of the hard Christians. I'm going to run afoul of many of the other dogma and religions that are out there. And, I'm going to find a space in the middle. And I think that that is where many of us rest, and we get caught up in these single issues that, or the fear of being judged, and causes us to outwardly portray something that we don't want to be. And that harms our self-efficacy. It harms our sense of self. It takes away self-awareness. I mean, it's counterintuitive to live in that manner. And so with the Madzook program, we seek individuals that want to make a difference. They want to make a difference first in themselves and then second to their collective, right? But they do so by their behaviors and their actions. They don't do so by blaming others for their behaviors and actions. They take action, right? There's this new thing out in the education field called action research. I'm a current doctoral student, so I'm reading a lot about action research, and I'm mixed on it. I think it's a great social facilitator for change. I think it, much like statistical data, I think it's able to be manipulated, and it's used to misguide power. So I want to bring pragmatism, candor, self-discipline, self-responsibility, epistemology, the study of knowledge, and ontology, the study of the meaning of life for you. I want to bring all of those together in a program that helps you discover who you are and who you want to be. There's this saying out there, live your best life. And you hear all these people using these platitudes, live your best life, live your best life. Best is temporary, right? Best is a temporary position. And there's always going to be someone else that comes along and removes you from that position, right? So are you going to constantly be trying to hold on to that position or achieve that position? And if you fail, if you don't become the best, then what? What if you're the second best? Was it failure, or did you optimally develop yourself to the highest level of performance that you can achieve, right? Okay, so our saying is be better. Being better is evolutionary. You get a choice every day to be better, right? The best is either that or failure, and it's only temporary. Better is iterative in nature, meaning it can go back and forth, bilinear. It goes both ways. It takes reflective thinking, critical thinking, self-examination, and most of all, your individual behavior determines what your maximum capacity levels can become. All right, so I had to bring myself some notes because I knew I'd run a little long. I don't script anything. I can tell I'm speaking from the heart, from the mind, and we're trying to bring you this program from the soul. All right, so we talked about our introduction, our background, our philosophy. Our paradigms come from positivism, post-positivism, constructivism, utilitarianism, and most of all, pragmatism. All right, we believe that, sometimes 2 + 2 is 4, and there's no other way to color that. All right? Okay, resilience is mandatory for human behavior. I've risen so many times that I don't even know that Phoenix is the correct word. All right? We offer no judgments. You get the choices to make the choices you want. We want to discuss with you what is important to you, right? we want to show you the masters of the world. We want to bring you the great philosophers, the Aristotle, the Plato, the Socrates, the father of philosophy and Western philosophy. We want to bring you the Lao Tzus, the Sun Tzus, Confucius, Bodhidharma. We want to bring you these people that have achieved greatness. I listen to System of a Down. I listen to Tiesto. I listen to Mozart. And I've got a little bit of Hank Jr. in my roots growing up in Indianapolis. All right? So the point being is that the best soups have the best ingredients. All right? So if you want to become a masterpiece, think of us as the chef that helps you create the product. All right? Your product is the soup. And so we want to help you select the best ingredients for your soup. All right? And then you can choose who you share that soup with in the world. All right. No judgments. We offer a safe zone. There will be a lot of questions, I'm sure. I'm available for questions anytime. Love to have you as a client. We are also looking at this stage of the game for potential influencers, you're called. In my day, and we have done many conventions. We've had many beautiful women associated with our products and have worked at booths with us. We absolutely appreciate beauty. I'm 100% male, but I absolutely appreciate the empowerment of women. Having a strong wife and 2 strong daughters, a mother that was a Marine, and I've worked with thousands of women at this point. Wouldn't you say, Madzook Joe?
Yeah.
And we've tried to help them become the best that they can become under their terms, not under what I think they should be. No mansplaining going on, right? But I'm also not going to minimize the fact that I am a man. I am a man, and that is who I am, right? So I won't always be politically correct. Let's hope it keeps us out of court more often than not, right? But I will always be respectful. I will always respect your wishes, your boundaries, and I will always let you know where my boundaries are, all right? So you're always safe when you talk to me. Everything is confidential. We never discuss anything. I don't discuss it with my family, your family, any third party, no one. No one knows anything that we discuss with each other besides you and I, all right? We offer healing modalities such as Thai massage, yoga, Qigong. Madzook Joe and myself are all certified teachers of that. We teach Krav Maga, boxing. There's many things that we draw from, once again, from our own life experiences that have put that. I've been a competitive athlete at the highest levels, playing on a pro development team in American football that was ranked 3rd in the nation. All right, we lost 1 game that year, and darn it, we should have won that one too. I want to claim victimization and say the referees cheated me, but that would make me a hypocrite, so I'm just going to say we lost. All right, so anyway, things happen. That's the point. Things happen in life, and you can make excuses or you can become determined, right? I hope to help you become more determined. They say you should try to show your expertise, right? I can tell you I'm an intelligent guy. I can tell you I've been to places, I've met people, I've done things, but so what? You know what I mean? I'm still sweating in the heat, I still want water. I still need to eat some food today. You know what? At the end of the day, I'm just like you, right? I mean, maybe I've got a little more experience, but, I'm seeking to become better, right? Now, I love and appreciate the beauty of people out there. And I'm all for helping them, and I think that it's a great thing. But you have to ask yourself where you are in your life. If a 23, 24, 25-year-old, gorgeous, great-bodied person can teach you the meaning of life from their pictures that show them in great locations and all this stuff, are you looking for depth, or are you looking just to scaffold? Are you at the position in your life where materialistic beauty and the idea of envy or becoming someone else is important to you? Or are you at the point in your life where you really want to discover who you are? That you want to do things on your own. You're not comparing yourself to others. We all need reinforcement. People will tell you they don't need reinforcement are full of shit. And one of the things that you'll get from me, as I said, is much candid, right? So hopefully we can talk more. I can sit here off the script and babble all day. Hopefully you're still with me. Be sure to hit subscribe. The more you subscribe, the more, a little sweat in the eyes. The more you subscribe, the more content we'll be able to produce. Buy one of our products. I have a self-help tool product now where you don't even have to talk to a person. If you feel like you're at a stage where you just need some tools, you just need the exposure to some of these things, some knowledge. You know, you're pointed in so many different directions. You know, you've got the Tony Robbins, great program. You got the Tony Robbins out there, and the Ram Dass, and you've got the Instagram quotes of Lao Tzu, and you have all this taking place, and you're like, man, it just all sounds the same to me. You know, and you get a little frustrated. Our product is $175. You take it, you go through it on your own. I'm available for calls if you want to talk to me, and we'll sit down and talk about what you want to talk about, the questions that you have. You know, not a big conference room where you have to worry about what the person next to you thinks and is someone going to believe I'm stupid or any of that stuff. You know, no. We're here for you and with you. All right? So let's define your skills, define your boundaries. You know, you get to choose, right? We hope you choose us only if we're the right fit for you, and we look forward to talking more with you. We will, of course, post more videos. Hopefully this humanizes us a little bit. You get a chance to see who we are. Anybody that sits down and talks to me for longer than 15 minutes is going to, you know, quickly understand who I am. And I hope in that time to understand who you are. All right? Thank you. We appreciate you tuning in and watching this long video. And you have a great day.